Khan. The Wadi Yabashim al-Shai. The Wadi Yabashim al-Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all Hashem Yahushai. The Wadi Yabashim al-Shai for another day to be able to preach this word of prophecy. And the Wadi Yabashim al-Shai as we happen and manifesting throughout the world. And we see that the state of men, Revelations, verse 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth. Read it, understanding, reading, because first you have to read it, and then you have to be blessed with the Rakakwadas to have this understanding. To even be able to be wanting to be in that spirit. And they that hear the words of this prophecy. And what is this prophecy going to foretell and do? The prophecy is going to show all the things that are going to happen. The Heavenly Father says happen to happen at a later date. You're seeing the Spirit of the Lord. Why is messing up? Throughout the world. So the Wadi Yabashim al-Shai and Esau Edom, Salak Rayam, to the company that's doing it, whoever's causing it, death, destruction, hey Shalom Hawashai. Let them try to stop the word, because you know that's prophecy. You know that the famine of the word is at hand. You're seeing all these things being manifested. And all the people that are participating, remember, the deceiver and the deceiver is his. So all these people that think they're and trying to, you YouTube creator, you devils, look at, you see that, what is her name? Kamala Harris is through. You see, and we can't be agitated in the spirit. So let's continue, because we already know who's going to win. He said, "Blessed is he that readeth." So this is Revelations chapter 10, and it's probably still buffering. Chapter 10. This word is not going to be readily available. So you're going to see a lot through the spirit, a lot of buffering, a lot of spirit. They're going to stop and try to stop the men of the Lord from being watched. As he has declared to his servants, the prophets. And the voice which heard from heaven spoke unto and said, "Go and take this little book which is open, and hand the angel was standing upon this to damning." The Heavenly Father wants men to be destroyed. So they're going to try to stop the word from going. They're going to buffer. They're going to do all these things happen. And we can't be agitated and deceitful. They're going to lie. They're going to do everything when they get called out. Hey, Shalom, Yawanatham Bakar. So the Heavenly Father is separating the insincere. Because, you know, a lot of people, they think they can be sincere on the way they speak. No. It's actions that put forth. Continue. And the voice, he said, "Take it and eat it up." And it's not, you tell them and you tell them and you tell them, and they don't get it. Look at Jet 144, Kala Yabashim al-Shai. So we're not getting mad if they agitate us in the spirit, do all this. But you're seeing, like, why are they not getting it? Why can you hear? Why can you tell them stuff? It's easy the eyes to see. They hate you for it. So, and they might get it and all that stuff. And then they go and eat a pork sandwich, knowing what's the destruction is going to happen onto them. Because this is the crazy part of what Heavenly Father is doing. Shalom haba sana. Yabashim. Yeah, it's going to continue. Why? Is that everything that was being said is now being chapter 7.
Is this for Islam or?
No, I'm not. I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
Nice. God bless you,
So wow. And if it keeps buffering, can I just go? I just go. You see, they scatter like roaches. Nobody wants to hear the word. Chapter verse 16. Therefore, about the word, persons and where is it coming from? Yahweh Yahushai. So you're seeing all these things. The Heavenly Father said, pray now for this people. Why? Because they're not going to get it. neither lift up a cry nor prayer for them. Why? Because they're sealed. They couldn't get it if they wanted to. Have you ever wondered why you just teach that? It's going to be a cutoff of the word. It's going to be a event, and ultimately the internet's going to stay around. Like we'll have a black eye's going to happen and all stuff. But remember, those plagues is going to happen, but it's not going to be a forever thing. But it's going to be a process of you trying to preach the word, and it's going to be like what's happening now, a buffering. Neither lift up a cry or a prayer for them. Neither make intercession for me. For I will not hear thee. Well, that's what they seest thou not? They were committing remember, they had ample time to hear this word. They had men rebuking. They had men reproving them. They had men telling you what they had. Yeah, I know. I can't do anything but preach the word. I try and stop 444. What can we do? Salakia, Akim. But I'm still, and it's not going to stop, and it's not going to get agitated. Satan is not going to win. We already have the victory. So I'm going to preach it, and as long as a person hears, someone right there. And see? The Heavenly Father, that's all that matters. Because in reality, so we're going to keep preaching the word. Not going to the Heavenly Father is doing. He is now sifting out who is the holy and who is the profane. This is what's going to happen. Who's hearing this word? Because you remember, there's a lot of heathen hearing it. He wants this thing, being sincere. The Esau Edom, you know he's cheap. Yahba Shema Shai, Shalom, Zebulon Guerrero. Yahba Shema Shai Brakatah, and Brakathum to your household. So this is what our people have been doing. So the Heavenly Father has to pay them back. Look it. This is why he's cutting off, and he's going to cut off the word. He's going to do this. What did John the Baptist? Who told you? The ones that did it, they're not going to be able to get it. The ones that are not on fire for this, the ones that are using this word, the ones that, all these things. He's about it anyway. And stewards of the mystery. So we just had what it said, that we were going to gather. Let's get back to it. Revelation, the 10th chapter. In the etymology. An official in charge of a domestic affair. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself, but we understand what the Heavenly Father is showing for. He's making a separation on who's going to be able to get these words. And we are stewards in charge of a domestic affair of a large house. And remember, the Heavenly Father said his house has household. It's going back into it, 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse. So we understand what the Heavenly Father is doing. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse. We start at the top. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy. So we have this word and understanding that the Heavenly Father just lended out his hand. But Jake wants, but I have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness. As a lot of people, they're just trying to cut words, doing all this stuff, pushing forth that you got to do this, saying they said, no. Straightforward, not in dishonesty, not walking craft in the word of the God deceitfully, not trying to trick people and then get it into your thought process. We don't have to do that. We're stewards. We're just God in charge of it. To be hid, if it's trapped, if it's lost, if you can't get understanding, What is it? It is hid to them that are alive. So we understand that it's going to be a disgrace, the evil of our nation. That's why Yahushua said, I pray not for the world, but I pray for them. All these things happen because it's hid for them. We just read this world is Esau, Edom, with his understanding. All these things, the Heavenly Father might get that you might see it, and it was just a disconnect, and then you see something. Been a prophet among you. They're not going to hear it. Either they hear or don't hear. Prophesy onto the wind. 0 views, 100 views. All this matters. Imagine if you have 100 people that watch. Probably, this is Isaiah chapter 1 verse 4. A sinful nation. This is why the Heavenly Father blocked and deceived me, used Esau Edom to deceive their mind. Sinful nation. And what is sin? Shalom Athena Pardrell. Yabash counted Shalom Hananyam. Yabashima Shabrakata. And Brakathum to your household. And this is just a token on that what's going to happen. That's going to separate the men of the Lord. We're going to reach anybody. It's going to be a famine. A famine means this internet with the word. And we just see that YouTube went down. So we're going to have a time that when you can't just, every night, because he broke my earphone. I didn't get to be able to watch any of the brothers stream. I didn't do any of it. And for the past 3 days, I'm doing where I can and doing all this stuff. But even as much and you want, the Heavenly Father's going to put forth that, and that's just how that's going to go. He's going to have the tongue stick to the roof of our mouth, and we're not going to. So you have to all the things that you have learned, all the things that. Let's grab it. In this time, we can do all things through who? This is Philippians. Because you see, it's not going to be able to put forth a whole lesson because it's bluffering. So let's just get key points because workman is starting. Now we're in a time that the Heavenly Father is about to close the prophets' mouths because people are not going to get it. So let's grab it. This is Philippians. Bear with me. 4. Let's start at 1. Let's get Colossians chapter 3 first, and then we just don't get to the key points. We almost out, man. We're close. So let's right hand of God. Set your affections on things above and not on things of the earth. This is the mindset. What did the Heavenly Father say? And the ultimate goal, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thy house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such that be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Yeah, they're devices. We understand what he's trying to do. What a so-called fake black woman, but she's a Elamite. Where you think Kali Ma came from? You see this? You see what they're doing? They'll push forth this. You can't make it up. This is Isaiah chapter 42 verse 1. Behold, I uphold my elect, whom my soul has delighted. I have upholded my elect, and whom my soul delighted. I have put my spirit upon him, and he shall bring forth judgment. And you see what the Heavenly Father is doing. All these things is happening. The Heavenly Father is manifesting the power. He's telling all these nations their judgment. And it's playing out as this word is shut off. He's going to start manifesting brothers with spiritual power. He's going to give and put brothers in a beautiful situation. The ones that have kept the word. So look at continuing. And let go of the mortal thoughts. He said, a thought from above. In the heavens, angels do not, and hasty to flee from the pounding time. For yet greater evils than these. Greater evil. a horrendous evil time is going to happen on the earth. Thus said the Lord. It's going to be an evil and dreadful time. Process of what the Heavenly Father wants you to do. For yet greater evils than those, and remember Esau, Edom, this place is completely destroyed. It's not providing the fruit or anything necessary that actually of a human being can continue to consume. Everything's poison. Everything's defiled. Everything's in a sense of the worst state it has ever been. So we have to continue. Salakia, I'm just moved. Bear with me, I'm just moving. Let's grab this. This is Ephesians verse 6. I'm going to start at verse 3. That it may be well with thee, thou mayest live long on earth. And ye fathers, promote not your children to wrath, but bring them up to nurture and admonish of the Lord. This is how you set it in order. And this is what you were supposed to do. And this is why we're teaching this word, so they can bring up. We're continuing. Servants, be obedient to those that are a master. I'm going to drop down. He said, but verse 6, not with eye service as man pleasers, but as the servants of a Mashiach. We're not supposed to be with eye service, but as man pleasers, but as a servant of a Mashiach. And what was Yahweh doing? What did he say? He said, preach the word. And where is in the word it says to just be in a state of of not doing what the Heavenly Father prescribed you to do? Which is, he said, rebuke them. Rebuke them. He said, teach my people the word of prophecy. Yahweh Shai, when he was doing these things, what was he? He was upbraiding men. He was telling them the future events that were going to happen. He said, many sorrows that is going to come. Doing the will of God from thy heart. With good will do service as to the Lord, not to men. See, with good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men. So you're seeing that this is not about how everybody else, how you can make it look good in front of people. This is about the will of the Lord. It's about doing it, and it doesn't matter. It might even seem to men that think it is a spiritual. Man, it's not. But what can they say if you're doing the will of the Lord? If they do against it, or they do it, they're against the Heavenly Father. If it be not of men, it's going to come to naught. So we have to understand doing it the Lord. Because we're going to come to a time, everybody thinks that they're going to be in a group and they're all going to be together. Why did he say, study to show thyself approved? Make your call and election sure. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You're going to know. You don't know that the brother next to you that you think is a man of the Lord is just a nigga. You don't know that your family's not going to turn on you. The only thing you know is the Heavenly Father is going to separate the righteous. He's going to separate the men of the Lord from the evil ones. The ones not walking and the unfaithful, you know, are going to die in their unfaithfulness. That's what you know. That's what the scriptures say. But you don't know the man next to you. You can have an inkling. You can have a belief he is. But all that stuff it doesn't matter if it's not according to the scriptures. And the scriptures say but 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to die. That it's a lot of men that are going to depart from the faith. The Spirit speaking expressly to. What does expressly mean? So continue. Knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether it be bond or free. So it's just being in an aspect of a carnal servant, but also doing everything you do in might for the work of it. But and ye masters, do the same thing unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven. Even the ones that you have rule, you have to treat them not treat them as footstools. Neither is there a respect of person with him. Be strong in the Lord. This is what he said, be strong in the Lord. He didn't say be strong like a muscle man. Or strong in any means you can be in the most. He said, "Be strong in the Lord." And how do you be strong in the Lord? Through faith. That builds up being tested by having faith, having that willing to be able to be bold. Because if you're not willing to stand up or do anything when it's time when you have to, you're going to fall. That's gonna be honest. Anyway, I just want to be peace. I want to be cool with everybody else. Again, this is a evil spirit to be into. Remember, we're not rebuking men. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's a spirit, a demonic spirit going around. And ultimately, because that's what the Heavenly Father, he said, you can't make it up. Finally said, so how do you protect yourself from that spirit? By putting the whole lot that ye may be able to stand against the wiles, the trickery. But however you have a sense, which is the things that are going to be, you get in a situation where you have to suffer unrighteously. That's going to happen. Men believe sad stories, and that's why the scriptures are very important. He said, put on the whole armor because it's a battle. So this is the thing we're seeing, and it's a time that you're going to have to use it. You're going to have to be in these things and go through these situations. And if you don't have armor, what are you going to do? Hey, shalom. All praise. Huh? I'm not in no camp. I learned from a GMS for a long time, and it was a part of it. But I'm not in any camp. I just preach the word with a couple. Well, there's many brothers now. Just going out and just preaching Yahushua. I come out here pretty much every day. I've been working a lot lately, so minimum 5 or 6 times a week. Yeah, usually it's more busy right now. I don't know what happened, and my stream's messing up. But I got off super late, and I had to get it in. You know, the fire in my mouth. You know, so. I'm by myself, but that's where I learned. Like my starting off. That's when I came in. I'm not into technically. The Heavenly Father, when he said send out for 2s, but I have a bunch of groups of brothers that I congregate, and they come all around the country. So it's like we're not have that evil spirit put upon Jake by saying, all right, this is the name, you have to be a part of us. Because ultimately, as long as you're one of the elect, that's all that matters. So, yeah, let me go. So, I'm using my phone. I see it. I see your number. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's how big this thing is going. Because I'm from Cali. Huh? I came out here like 7 months ago. So Lord willing, you coming out here with me? I'm gonna be out here tomorrow. So long. See? And this is what it's about. This is what he said, the sheep hear my voice. Having that thing, all these people saying, no, you have to have this 250 people in the life. No, it's all about preaching this word to the ones that are sincere. Showing them, getting the house of Israel in order, getting your family. This is what the Heavenly Father has prescribed. So look at this. This is why it's a major and thing going to be important. Because we're coming in a time that the Heavenly Father's going to cut it off. He's going to cut it. And you see how messed up the stream was today. But a man that was in a different spirit, he would just like, man, I'm just not going to preach the word today. Nah, man, I can't do that. Like, worked a 12-hour shift, did all these things, and I still want to preach the word. Because that's what it's about. He said, be strong. Finally, my brother. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brother. Be strong in who? The Lord. And in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor. Every last part of it. So we're in a war, a spiritual war. There's going to be a time that now you're going to have Yahweh Shai. You're not going to be having the teachers to be readily coaching you through it. And that's why they're important to have the counsel, but use them while they're necessary. Use them when it's me, because there's going to be a time that you're going to also have to trust in the Spirit. You might be alone. You might not have your leader to make all that stuff and have it. That's why it's the Spirit that does it. Jake be having a spirit on him, and they might have a man that's able to correct it off of them a couple times. Like, look at Saul. Yeah, David seen that beautiful song onto him. But once that happened, and once what happened? That the spirit left Saul. And he would have to focus on what he was on. And he knew that he didn't have it, so he went on to witches. That's going to be the most readily available time, but they're going to be scared too. But readily available I bet you it's going to be a stream of all these fake religions. But the real word is going to be shut off. The family of the word is going to be shut off. So, because this is what's happening. This is why I'm going to go back to that. This is Amos. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling to preach the word. This is Amos chapter 8. I get this a lot, but we're in this time. Amos chapter 8, verse 10, verse 11. Behold, the days come, and we're here. The evil time is here. The time of great destruction and wrath is here. We're seeing all these things, that everything has been set up. Kamala Harris, Elamite, which is, if you didn't know, a lot of woman goddess worship comes from Elam, which is Kali, all these stuff. It always goes back into woman worship. The California is The word California is off a woman worship. But now she's about to be impressed against who? The damn serpent. That's your choices. That's your choices in presidency. This is what it is showing. All these things is happening. That now they know that we're going to have a field day. So they're going to cut off. The Heavenly Father's actually cutting it off. But you know, he's putting that spirit on Esau, Edom, the cheat. You're seeing World War III, which was prophesied, what's going to happen. Everybody been saying for years it wasn't. Now it's happening. You're seeing all these plagues on the earth, and we have something to say and about everything that happens, because it's now the pages are now coming to life, popping off the page. Do you know what that means? The Heavenly Father said he blinded men to not get it. But it's getting it so obvious that what do you think is going to happen? So obvious that anybody, if it was, so what do you think he's going to do? He said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will send a famine, which a famine means it's not readily available to grab in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor of the land. Here, so Salak Rayam to that business right here. They probably put like a little jammer, so let the Heavenly Father never allow it to open. And continuing, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but what? But of hearing the word of the Lord, of being able to hear this beautiful gospel, be able to hear and be in tune on what the Spirit is. Because if you're not having that, if you didn't put the whole armor of it, and you got hit up, you're going to be knocked out the truth. We're going to go into that armor. If you didn't be sincere, well, what are you, and not ready to fight the fight, and you're going to be lost out focusing on the cares of the world, having the burdens of man upon you, that you weren't getting what you needed to be able to go through this battle that was going to happen. Because the Heavenly Father keeps saying that this is a battle. Let's grab it. You're going to be ill prepared in that time. Let's grab it. 2nd Ezra. This is a battle. So we need to get these tools, and we need to try them. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 39. Even so, Mislakia. Even shall not the plagues be slack upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. But what are people going to do? They're seeing it now. Even so. Hey, evils are increased, and people don't even consider, because victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth. O my people, this is what he said. O my people, hear my words. Make ye ready for the battle. You see this? The battle that is happening, that's spiritual. And even in those evils, even as pilgrims upon the earth. So pilgrims, and we are always going to the word. So even through all these things and evils are being increased, even in these crazy times, even if all these things is happening, be as pilgrims. And that's taking a lot of trust. You have to trust in it, trust to be able to not live a pilgrim. They try to have it like live off the ground. But no, that's not what it means. To be entrusting and traveling onto a holy place. That's what a pilgrimage means. That you trust in your power throughout that whole journey for a spiritual gift. So be as those trusting in Yahweh Yahushai throughout all these evil and destructive times. This is what the Heavenly Father is prescribing. This is what he's saying. Kahala Yahweh Shai. And if you don't have a trust in the Lord, it doesn't matter who you are guiding you, what's going on, all that stuff, because the Heavenly Father is not trusting it. All unbelievers shall die. And a person that needs someone else, other than Yahweh Yahushai, what does that mean? two are better than one, but when they're in the same, can two walk together? So Jake will use this word. Two are better than one. But what did the Heavenly Father also say? He said, can two walk together lest they be agreed? So when you mean it, everyone has to be in agreement on what's the state of you need to be in. And you have to let your call and election make you be sure. Be sure into what you're in. That it's going to be a time that's so evil that if you don't have a faith in the Heavenly Father, if you don't have your tools sharpened, your armor put in forth, that you're not going to make it. And nobody's going to be able to save you from your own destruction that the Heavenly Father is going to put forth you for being an unbeliever, for being a fainting in the time of evil. Look it. This is why he said, for because the pride of the city, this is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. For because the pride of the city shall be troubled, houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. People are not, all these people, these groups and also the Heavenly Father said, he said, they shall not have pity upon his neighbor. Salakia. And shall destroy houses with the sword and spoil good because of the lack of bread. And Salakia, it's raining now. So I have to walk home, so Lord willing I get it before it pours. I was trying to do it before, but with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. The Wadi Yahweh Shai, DTA, which is deaf to America, and a Bal Kwam Yasharala. And brothers, Kala Yahweh Shai, we're almost out of here. So Tawada for everything.